The main principles behind the Leave No Trace program are plan ahead and prepare, travel and camp on durable surfaces, dispose of waste properly, which is like all of your trash, all your food, all that. Leave what you find, which is basically just like stop taking things from nature home because that disrupts the ecosystem. We minimize campfire impact, respect wildlife, and be considerate of others. I chose to go in and do the plan ahead and prepare chapter. I chose this because I think that preparation and planning is one of the most important parts behind anything that you do, but especially when you're traveling into nature and it might be somewhere that you're not super familiar with. Um, it can be just a little alarming out there all the time. So just being prepared in what you're getting into is, I think, very vital. I wanted to be more educated though on the necessities and things I can do to help minimize my effect on nature and the environment. Um, I feel like I plan in other kind of ways in my life, but not necessarily much when I like go out into nature and do like hikes and stuff. I don't feel like I'm super harmful to the environment, but it never hurts to just get some extra information behind it. Um, I don't think that I had ever specifically heard of Leave No Trace, but I do remember several years ago when me and my family went down to the beach that we always vacation at, and they had kind of changed like their regulations about like what could be left on the beach overnight, and like really started cracking down about like the litter. Um, but it very well could have been Leave No Trace. Honestly, it was so long ago that I can't really remember the specifics of what it was called. But when it comes to certain things, I do feel like I am implementing this lifestyle. For example, when we go to the beach, we will always take like a big trash bag down there with us. That way, if we have any cans, bottles, food trash, snacks, anything, it can always just go right there directly into our trash bag that we keep tied to either our chairs or our little like canopy that we'll take down. Um, my friends and I also carpool whenever we go somewhere together. We actually just had a little book club meeting in Murfreesboro yesterday, but a lot of us are from Dixon. And so we all piled into one car together and headed down there for the day. Um, I do try to be prepared when I do go on hikes. I'm not a huge hiker, so when I go, I try to be as prepared. But it's definitely something that I could be more educated on. One thing I think I could do to help reduce my environmental footprint is getting better about reusing certain things. When it said in the one of those packages about the toothbrush and like getting to like reuse it for scrubbing small spaces, I never really thought about that. I'd actually seen it done by my mom at our house, so I don't know. I guess it just wasn't something that I personally like. It stuck out in my head. I also could be better about reusing my like scraps when I do embroidery. I do a lot of hand embroidery, and so I'll end up like cutting cloth or the string, not so much because I try to use as much of the thread that I can before I clip it off. But more so like with my cloth when I'm like starting a new project. I also could start composting to make better use out of food that's wasted so that it's not just completely gone to the garbage and it gives it a second benefit.